I synapse. Sorry, did I get your name wrong? No. Synapse, snap. I synapse. And the question is great. It's what is the purpose of our inexperienced disconnect from the natural world? What is the spiritual experience? Yeah. Fascinating question. What is the purpose of the spiritual disconnect? The purpose. Is there a hidden premise in that question? Because you could, if you ask it that way, the hidden premise could be there is a purpose to it. Because you said at the beginning, the universe sort of works causally or something like that. There's nothing bad, right? And I don't particularly agree with that. Where there's good, there's bad. You can't just say it's all good. You can't just say it's all bad. And people have the freedom to choose. And at the moment, there's faction choosing death culture, wanting to poison everything and harm and cause all kinds of distress to animals, you name it, all species, people, in a really crazy way. We can examine the disconnect is that it comes from mainly the mechanistic view of the universe that's particularly the last 300 years. Now, as I see it, as I've learned it, before science came with Galileo, you had the church, the Orthodox Church, and the church was in control of the spiritual, the so-called spiritual. And what did that mean? Right, it meant that you had to abide by their dogma of what they meant spiritual. That meant that people who didn't were called heretics, because of the etymology of the term heretic is freedom to choose, right? Having choice. So anybody who didn't abide by the dogma was by definition a heretic. So you had to abide by their dogma and what this God in the heaven has supposedly has said, and you mustn't have any other gods but me, you blah 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 blah, and all the rules that came with it. And so because of that, loads of people, especially women, were persecuted, because a lot of the pagan belief systems, they would take certain substances and participate in nature, and that was their spirituality. And this is the same for Indigenous people throughout the world, right? There's a really good book about this called Shamanism and the Drug Propaganda, by Dan Russell. It's really good. So that seems to be, forget the history that we learn in school and colleges. The thing is that Indigenous people throughout the world have used various techniques in order to become ecstatic, and the prominent means to do this is entheogens, or psychedelics we call them, right? Call them whatever. And this brings you a sense of expansion, a sense of more than just what you might be, like You know, you were talking about that narrow you that's been slaving away for 18 hours, that is suddenly looking at the universe and seeing the vastness of everything, you know. Well, psychedelics will inspire this vastness inside and outside. Do you know what I mean? Which is a really amazing spiritual experience. So the disconnect, what would the purpose be? What could we say was the purpose of the disconnect? To bring us closer together. It's kind of like, I'm not going to go all biblical on you, but you know, you could think of it as like the prodigal son. You could think of the modern people as being like the prodigal son that's gone away from the mother, not the biblical version of the father as such, but the mother, which is the. And I don't want to make it all gender specific, because like, the mother's been suppressed for so long. Why not call it the mother? You know, then the nurturing nature. But within that is, of course, masculine as well. It's a continuum. You know, it's not split. You need both. You need all energies. And it's gone away from it. So spiritual experience is the remembering. You know, if you cut the word to its roots and stuff like that, remembering. So you bring in the members together. You're remembering this primordial awareness, right, that we've lost because we've been. You're living in a system. And check out my videos, because I'm exploring this. It's about the mental health myth. They're the new priests, and they prohibit you not just from taking psychedelics, which the whole state does, because they're like the social controllers of the state, but from actually feeling distress of this situation that we're in, where we're caught up in this mean system, and it's brutal, it's inhuman, and to react to that, they will label you as all the labels that they use, you know, and the main term is being mentally ill, right? So it's very, very important to understand this myth, you know. I've lost track of time. I did a video yesterday, and it went to fucked up. It went to 30 minutes. It was rejected, so I just had to stop there.